Good morning, dear students. This is Rajesh Kumar Madia from Shri Ram Institute of Technical Education, Moli Barwala, District Panchkula. Today I will discuss with you the topic pattern making and molding sand. These are basically the parts of the foundry industry or foundry shop. To start with pattern, a pattern can be defined as a model or replica of a desired casting, which is used for making cavity in the mold into which the molten metal is poured to produce a casting. Now you will find here the three technical names: pattern, casting and mold. These are the basics of the foundry industry. A pattern is a model or a specimen of the desired output, which could be many in numbers, that is known as casting. Pattern and casting are similar but could be different or could be same in the material. And in between term is there mold. Mold is a cavity which is produced by the pattern in the molding sand, and by which when molten metal is poured in it, a definite amount of casting we are getting with the help of this pattern. Pattern is generally larger than the desired casting due to the various allowances which can be applied on it. The size of pattern is much more bigger than the casting which we are producing. Pattern material. The common material used in pattern making are wood, metal, plastic, quick setting compounds, wax, etc. These are all the basic pattern materials used in the foundry industries. Each material has its own advantages, disadvantages, limitation and application over the other. Now what are the factors which are affecting while we are selecting the material of the pattern? First one is the design of casting. Which type of casting we are going to produce? Is this got the simple design, got complex design? Depend upon that factor we choose the material which we can make the pattern. Second one is number of castings to be produced. If the number of castings produced is less, then we can use the wooden pattern. But if the number of castings are in 100, 200 or in thousands, then we would go for the metal pattern, because the pattern we are using in that case should be very strengthy. Third one is the quality of the casting. If we want the general quality of the casting, then we could go for the wood pattern, metal pattern or plastic pattern. But if we want the super finishing of the casting, then we would go for the wax pattern. So quality of castings depend upon the whatever the pattern we are going to use. Shape of the casting is same as the design of the casting. Simple shape we are producing or the complex shape we are producing. Same. Fifth one is the molding material. Which molding material we are going to use. Sixth is chances of repeat order. If we make a pattern once, then there could be the chances that after 10 days or 15 days or a month, we are getting the order back from the same industry or the same concern to make the same number of pieces. So it also depends. If we are hoping that we are getting the order in a future, then we will make a pattern which should be strengthy, which is not used once, so that should be used again and again. So that these are the factors which affects while selecting of the material for the pattern. Requirements of the pattern material. How a pattern material should be while using. It should be light in weight. It should be easy carryable from one point to from storeroom to the foundry shop. It should be easily worked and shaped as desired. The material should be as that it should be designed in the many manners, means complex shape should also be formed very easily. The quality of the pattern or the material of pattern should be chosen that one, so that there would be ease in making the pattern of the desired casting. Resistance to wear and abrasion. our pattern should be of that material, so that wear and abrasion that should wear, it should not tear off by the high heat or the pressure of the molten metal. So that the chances of the corrosion and chemical reaction should also be reduced. This pattern should be available at low cost and unaffected by the variation in the temperature and humidity, because when the molten metal is induced into the mold, the temperature is very high, and same time the moisture contents in the sand that humidifies the area, so that these patterns should be unaffected by the high temperature and the humidity. What are the basic functions of the pattern? It is to minimize the defect in the casting, to produce the mold cavity of the appropriate shape and size in which molten metal can be poured. The function of pattern is to minimize the cost of the casting and to establish the parting surface and lines in the mold. These are the basic functions of a pattern. Now coming to one by one to the pattern materials. First one is the wood. We are mostly using the wood as a pattern due to it is very easily available. Wood should be properly dried and seasoned. It should not contain more than 10% of moisture to avoid the warping and the distortion. These are warping and distortion are the defect produced in the casting due to the moisture contents in the pattern. The only drawback of the wooden pattern is that it got moistened and changes its shape from one point to another point, or there are the material changes in the wood due to the moisture contents. The wood is very easily available. Mainly we are using the wood of devdar, shisham, cherry tree. All these woods are easily available, and the advantages of the wood is cheap and the light in weight, easily worked and shaped, and it has the high sufficient strength. One thing is also remembered that wood of the proper granule structure is used, and in the pattern which is we are going for to use for the casting, the wood should not have the knots in it. The next material is metal. A pattern either cast from the master wooden pattern or may be machined by the usual machining. The metal pattern is either casted by the wooden pattern or it is directly made with the help of the machining process. Common metal used are cast iron with fine grains, can be used as a pattern material. It has low corrosive resistance, heavier and difficult to work. Other metals are brass, aluminum, white metal, etc. Metal pattern is better than the wooden with only the defect of the corrosiveness, and it is heavier and difficult to work. Third one is plastics. These are the thermosetting resins. Usually phenolic resins are used widely in the foundry industry. These patterns are made either by injecting a plastic material into a die. The same sort of pattern is made which we are going to produce the casting, or successive layers of the resin and glass fiber. They are very easily castable, high weight to strength ratio they got, and good resistance and the wear ratio. These are the qualities of the plastic pattern. Next one is the plaster. Gypsum plaster, when mixed with the correct quantity of water, sets a given time and form a hard mass having compressive strength around 300 kg per centimeter square. So it has very high compressive strength. If the number of pieces are much more higher than in the casting, then we can go for the gypsum plaster. Next one is the wax pattern. It is used for the investment casting, has high degree of the surface finish and the dimensional accuracy. Among all of these materials, wax pattern gives the one of the best degree of the surface finish. If we want the higher surface finish, then we would make the pattern of the wax. Now coming to the types of the patterns, they are one piece or single piece pattern, split pattern, multi piece or loose patterns, match plate patterns, cop and drag patterns, sweep pattern, skeleton pattern, and follow board patterns. To discuss them one by one, in front of you there is a one piece or a single piece pattern. One piece pattern is one without the joints, parting line, loose piece, generally made up of the wood. Single piece pattern is in the constitute in a single piece, it has no joints. So this is the simplest pattern which is made up of the wood. Second one is the split pattern. As you know, the name is suggesting that split pattern, it is in two pieces. These patterns are made in two pieces which are joined at the parting line by the mean of a dowel pin. You can see here these are the dowel pins which are attaching each other with the split part of the pattern. These are put up in the cop and drag portion, and then they are easily removable with the help of these dowel pins. Next is multi-piece or the loose piece pattern. If we got the complex shape which is not easily made by the single piece or the split pattern, then we would go for the multi-piece pattern. Pattern which are complicated in shape cannot be made in one piece. Two or more pieces attached to the main body with the help of, once again, with these all dowel pins. These are attached with the dowel pins. Here a single dowel pin is there. So these are known as the multi-piece or the loose piece patterns. Match plate patterns. The pattern in two halves is mounted on the opposite side of a wooden or the metallic plate are known as match plate. This is the match plate pattern. On the one side or the opposite, wooden or the metallic, this plate could be wooden or the metallic, and these patterns are attached. Somewhere here runner or riser are provided for the operation of the molten metal. Cop and drag pattern. A cop and drag pattern is another form of the split pattern. In this case, cop and drag part of the mold are prepared separately in the molding box. There are two type of molding box. One portion is known as cop and another is drag. In these different boxes, we are preparing the pattern. That patterns are known as cop and drag pattern. Next is the sweep pattern. These are used for forming the large circular mold by revolving at a sweep attached to a spindle. You can see here the spindle, a sweep is attached. By its movement we are getting the revolving or the circular shape. Sweep is the template of the wood. This is of the wood or the metal attached at the one end, and it rotates and produces the circular surface. Next is the skeleton pattern. Its name is skeleton because it looks like skeleton. When the small number of large casting are to be made, the casting is very large. It is not economical to make the solid pattern. So skeleton pattern is made up of the wood. As you can see here, the large pattern is here, and these parts are made up of the wood. As it is very large and its parts are just looking like as a skeleton, that's why its name is given as a skeleton pattern. Now next we are coming to the pattern allowances. It is not the pattern we are directly using and getting the direct casting output. There are certain allowances provided in the pattern. These are shrinkage allowance, machining allowance, draft allowance, shake allowance, and distortion allowances. Discuss them one by one. Shrinkage allowance, all the metal shrinks during solidification. You all might be knowing at the time of the poration of the molten metal, metal is in liquid state, and when it gets solidified, it changes its shape to the solid one. When it solidifies, then it get contracts or shrinks. So the pattern is made up a larger, bigger or oversize according to the metal and their properties like pouring temperature, casting dimension, molding conditions are. So whenever we are just pouring the molten metal in a mold, the pattern gives the somewhat higher shape, so that after some time when molten metal solidify, it will shrink to the its according to the property of the metal. As in the case of the steel, 20 per meter is shrinkage seen in the steel. In grey cast iron, 7 to 10 per meter shrinkage is seen. In malleable cast iron, 15 to per meter is seen, and bronze, zinc and aluminum shrinks to 15 to 24 per meter. So these are allowances are in the starting provided with the pattern, so that pattern should be of the somewhat bigger size to whatever the casting result is there. Second one is the machining allowance. It is given to compensate for the amount of the material that is removed while machining the casting. Once casting is there in our hand, then for the surface finishing, we machine some of its part, or we just remove 1 to 2 layer from that casting. This is known as machining allowance, which is provided earlier in the pattern. So that's why the shape of pattern becomes somewhat more bigger. Allowance is given because casting get oxidized during the heat treatment, and the scale these has to be removed by the machining. During the solidification of the molten metal, so this metal gets oxidized due to the heat treatment. A layer of the dust is just solidified on its face. These faces are to be removed with the help of the machining. That's why 1.6 to 12.5 around allowance is given, which is known as machining allowance. To attain desirable surface finish on casting, we just give this machining allowance. Draft allowance, it is the taper allowance which is given to the all the vertical walls of the pattern for the easy and the clean withdrawal of the pattern from the sand without damaging it. In the picture you can clearly see that vertical walls, these are the vertical walls, these are get harmed when we are putting back the pattern from the mold. As these are in the square or rectangular part, that's why they are harming these walls. But if we give somewhat taper to the pattern, that is very easily removable. So this is particular allowance is given to the pattern during its rectangular or the square portion, so that removal of the pattern from the mold would be easy. The taper varies from half degree to the 1.5 degree, which makes the pattern very easy removable from the mold. So this allowance is known as the draft allowance, which is provided earlier in the pattern. Wrapping or shaking allowance, in the actual practice, due to the wrapping of the external section of the cavity size increase and of the internal section cavity size decreases, hence the negative allowance is provided on the pattern. Up till now what we are doing, we are somewhat extra 1 to 2 to 3 extra shape or size we are increasing of the pattern, but in the wrapping allowance we just decrease its size, due to when we shake a pattern while removing the pattern from the mold, what we do, we just simply shake the pattern and drag it out from the mold. This shaking is increasing the size of the mold. So that's why we give negative allowance in the wrapping or the shaking allowance. Pattern dimension are kept smaller than the actual in order to compensate the enlargement of the mold. If we are given 8 dia piece, then we would go for the 7 and 1 we would keep for the wrapping or the shaking allowance. Next one is distortion allowance. Consider a long I section beam having the top flange much thicker than the bottom one. Now you can see here, this is the top portion thicker one and bottom portion is very thinner flange. When the thicker flange contracts, bottom might have tendency to create a crack in the structure and the beam, and that will bend. So removing of the long casting will temper the mold. So this distortion allowance is given in the starting if we are having the thicker base at the one portion, because when the metal is poured in it, this starting solidifying from here, and up till the metal reaches here, molten metal, this will solidify later on. Due to the change in the solidification rate from this point to this point, there could be the chances of the bending. So this bending allowance is provided earlier in the pattern, so that it should be straight in that case in the I section. Now color coding in the pattern, the various colors are provided over the pattern, so that in the foundry industries, by looking at the pattern, we can understand that which part, which function is made for the which part. As the surface which is having the black color, these are the castings. Machine surface, if we have the pattern surface red, then that means we have to machine at that part. If we got the yellow color, that means we are core prints and seats are provided at that part. If we have the yellow with the red diagonal strips over there, that means at that portion of the pattern loose pieces are to be provided. And if we got the yellow with the black diagonal strips, then stop off are provided at that particular portion of the pattern. So this is the color coding of a pattern. Cores. A cores is a body made of the refractory material which is set into the prepared mold at the proper position before closing and pouring of the metal for forming through holes, recesses, projection and the internal cavity in the casting. A core is used to make a hole or a slot in the casting. A core is of the same material which we are using for the molding, but the refractoriness of that particular core should be very high, because it comes in the direct contact with the molten metal, as molten metal grip it all around from its surfaces. So it should be very highly refractory material used for the cores. Core prints. Core is used to provide through holes or the blind hole. So core has to be properly seated in the mold at that plate where impression are